Next, a vintage Los Angeles house that was once home to a silent picture star is brought back to its original beauty.
My name is Laura Walker. I'm a full-time mom, stay-at-home mom. We have 5 children, varying from the ages 25 to 6. There are 3 little ones, an 11, 9, and 6-year-old. We're in a neighborhood called Lafayette Square in the city of Los Angeles, California. Lafayette Square was established approximately in 1912. This particular home is dated 1913, completed in 1914. It was home to many actors in the early 1900s, including silent motion picture actor Fatty Arbuckle.
The Walkers painstakingly restored the period details.
An interesting feature is an original cobblestone fountain, which we just recently had restored with the original plumbing, and it actually works now. When we first walked into the house, it had been here so long and untouched. It kind of had a character of its own, and we were very careful to not want to change things and bring in new things unless it was absolutely necessary. We saw the beautiful stenciling in the foyer and the beautiful crown molding. All the mahogany had been untouched.
They decided to renovate their home to bring back its original 1914 look. So why was it so important to you to restore the original crown moulding and beautiful stenciling and mahogany wood to its original splendour?
It set the tone for the house. It's a main part of the house, the first thing that you see, and had such a dramatic flair. It kind of inspired us.
You've actually taken it a step further by adding your own drama in the detailing on the floors and the walls. Tell me about that.
We actually had an artist come in and stencil a design in the floor, so it gives you the impression of an inlaid hardwood floor.
Yeah. I noticed that there's a sky theme throughout the house, so whose idea was that?
My husband's. He wanted to see a morning sky in the entrance of the house, and we carried it on into other parts of the room.
Yes, I've noticed there's one in the dining room. Can you show me that?
Sure.
So you've actually chosen a sunset sky for this room. Why is that?
Well, we chose sunset, this being the formal dining room. This is where most of our meals would be. We would have our meals in the early evening, so that's where that idea came from. My breathing room is the dining room, and I think the rich wood and the fabric on the walls and the fabric on the draperies, it just feels warm and cozy to me. That room speaks to me. I'm always drawn to that room in the morning.
During the day, the living room is the center of activity.
This living room is actually a true living room. We use this room. It's not a pretty sitting room. We are actually entertained, and we eat and we drink and we play games. We have a piano here. All 3 little ones are taking piano lessons. We found the square grand, an old 17th century square grand from an old antique dealer, and we had it restored. Our master suite has a very nice sized sitting area, which we use as another family area. Off of the sitting room is a sleeping porch. It's where we sleep. It's very small, very inviting. It's one of my favorite spaces. For the families that have lived here over the generations, we leave something and we take from the house. There's a wall in this living room behind me that when we tore the fabric down to replace, someone had written in pencil, Happy New Year 1914. So when we closed it up, we wrote Happy New Year 1998, which is when we recovered the walls.
Here's a breakdown of what you've just seen in this vintage home. The beautiful crystal chandelier adds an elegant touch to the dining room. It was originally from an old New York estate and was purchased for $2,200 at the Santa Monica Antique Mall. This painted ceiling brings the morning sky into your home. It was a custom designed by the artist Vasily. There are many local artisans who can create similar murals for that special effect. This original 1900 sofa was purchased at an antique store and reupholstered with light butter-striped chenille fabric. It was restored for $2,000 by Rose Upholstery in Los Angeles.